August 22nd was a planned layover day on Little Sag. Typically for me, planned layovers end up being rainy. This day, however, although the skies turned threatening and ominous looking, the forecast was for it to be mostly sunny and, more importantly, rainless. After breakfast and cleanup, I headed out in the canoe to explore the bay surrounding the island where my campsite was located. In particular, I wanted to explore the island campsite I had originally intended to stay on. As I approached what I thought was that campsite, I got a bit confused by what I saw. This is what I thought was the campsite I was heading for yesterday. I'm not sure it's a campsite after all. I think the campsite might be a little bit further around the island. Saw those logs up there. And I thought that was the fireplace. But I'm not seeing any landing. can see though, this island did get hit by the fire. Now I'm thinking the campsite might actually be down around this point, off to the right there. I decided to circumnavigate the island to see what I could find. After all, I had the whole day ahead of me to explore. So this is the backside of that island. I finally concluded that the campsite was right where I originally thought it was. It certainly had a tough landing though. This is the campsite. It is where I thought it was. Look at the views from up here. Little island there, unfortunately hit by the fire. Another little island. Out there is the island that we're staying on. There's a nice front porch here. Great porch. Here's the log I could see from the water that I thought was part of the kitchen area. The kitchen area is actually just back from it. Over here hasn't been used for a while. Long while. Still officially a campsite though. Has a fire grate, has a latrine. Doesn't have much of anything else. Wow. This has been used so little. Trail is all, you just barely see it. There's a trail here anymore. Check the latrine, and it's definitely hasn't been used for a while. On the other hand, it's not very deep. So when they dug it, they didn't dig it very deep, but there's no evidence of anyone using it. This is probably where the tent pads would have been. And would explain why nobody's used it very much, if at all. Because there's really, keep noise on, don't want to step on you. Really no good place to set up a tent at all, unless it's a very small tent. Might be able to string a hammock in here somewhere. And I suppose if you don't mind camping on the rock. Interesting. I bet this was a great campsite in its day, before the fire. But it's not a good one now. I'm glad we found the campsite we did. Satisfied that I'd found the campsite, and happy with my choice of the other one, I continued on with my exploration, noting that the wind had diminished. Although still cloudy, the day was getting better. Back here somewhere, there's supposed to be a 35 rod portage back to a lake called Elm Lake. It's a somewhat small lake, only has one campsite on it. At one time I entertained the idea of coming back and camping on Elm Lake just for the solitude, but it would have been in the middle of the burn area, so I'm glad I didn't carry through with that idea. That campsite may not be in good shape either, if it even still exists. If the portage even still exists. Portage should be up in here somewhere. I'm not seeing any sign of one. It might be a bushwhack now back in the Elm Lake. This looks about right according to the map. Oh well. That could be a little bit too far to the left. I don't think so. I think it was up in that corner there somewhere. Not there anymore. Back at camp, I rested a bit and had lunch as the wind subsided and the surface of the lake calmed. The sky still looked gloomy, even foreboding, but with the water that calm, after lunch I went back out for some more exploration. This time I headed towards the south shore of the lake. What a difference the conditions were from the previous day. Little Sag has an irregular shoreline and loads of islands. My favorite kind of lake. Exploration was definitely fun. And to top it off, it was so quiet and peaceful. It could have just as easily been 1819 instead of 2019. I've now landed at the site I had back in, can't remember whether it was 2014 or 2015, somewhere in there. It was my first 2-week solo, and I got holed up on this island, or in this campsite, not this island, on this campsite for, I should say pinned down on this campsite for 3 days by a strong storm. I think I had my tent set up right in there. I had my tarp back in here somewhere. Back in here, I think it was. Spent a lot of time in those two places. Changed the course of that trip altogether. I ended up significantly shortening my route because I lost those 3 days. But I know the last morning I was here, when the storm finally cleared, had beautiful fog. I had pictures of these islands in the fog in the morning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spot. But not so fond memories. I come to Little Saganaga on that trip, hoping to be able to get out and explore the lake a little bit like I am today. It just didn't happen. The day I arrived was very windy, and then the storm hit. The weather people likened it to a fall storm afterwards, a severe fall storm. Had lots of rain, lots of wind, lots of cold. It really got cold. Oh well. But we survived, didn't we, Sam? We survived it. If you want to, that was the first, not only my first long trip, but also one of my first times doing videos. So you can go back and look at that trip. I'll try to remember to put the link up in the corner to the trip itself and the first of the segments when we're stuck here. Can't remember whether I did multiple segments or just did one segment that covered the whole time we were staying here. Anyway, the link will be above if I remember. Finding some interesting smells, aren't you, Sam? These two paddlers were the only people I saw all the time I was on Little Sag. They were obviously taking advantage of the calm wind to also explore the lake. After exploring the lake some more, I returned to my campsite. The sky gradually cleared, and, while I did take some photos, I was mainly concerned about charging and conserving batteries, so didn't take any more video. Until this after sunset scene that I just could not resist. Day 8, August 23rd, 2019. Another peaceful morning with just a hint of fog. After the fog burned off, it was sunny and calm. It would have been a good day to go out paddling again, but I had a pressing job to do. I'd have to take advantage of the sunshine to charge up my power pack and batteries. It had to be a stay-in-camp day. In the afternoon, clouds rolled in and the wind picked up a bit. It significantly slowed the recharging process. Later on, the clouds cleared once again, and I was finally able to get my power pack fully charged. I was all set for the second half of my trip, assuming that I'd get a reasonable amount of sunshine over the course of my journey.
How you doing, Sammy? Flies have really been getting to you this afternoon, haven't they? Yeah, those stinking flies. Oh well. Guess it's part of the experience. You know, here. Well, tonight's dinner, again from package is a ramen rescue with chicken. And basically, it's seasoning to go with packaged ramen noodles. So it's a 10 vegetable roasted chicken and sriracha. Whatever sriracha is, to complement bring your own instant ramen noodles. Haven't really used ramen a lot, and I've just really never used the ramen rescue before, so yeah, another new one for me. 2 cups of water. After adding the ramen packet with the seasoning. By the way, that was chicken flavored ramen that I added. Says to let it cook for 5 minutes. It's definitely been 5 minutes. I think I'm going to skip the sriracha for now. It's in a separate pouch. Let's see what this tastes like. If it tastes like it needs a little bit extra kick, then maybe I'll add some sriracha. But okay, so we've got vegetables and all the noodles from the ramen. I added 2 cups, which is what the ramen said, and it's I don't know, there's a little bit extra water in here, so probably could have got by with just a little bit less water. It's good, but I think I'm going to add sriracha. It's a little packet. Where'd it go? Just a little packet, so yeah. We'll see what happens. Oop. Looks like I cut my finger. It is kind of spicy. Ooh. Not to be eaten on its own. Whoa. Yeah. Good stuff. They do have this in the ramen rescue in other flavors. I can't remember what flavors. Beef, I think. That's only one flavor. But I decided to go with chicken. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get a paddle in tonight, because it's staying pretty windy and choppy out there. It also doesn't look like we're going to get a sunset tonight, so all the clouds have disappeared. So, Sam and I are sitting, he's sitting on my lap, as you can see, looking out over our domain. Right now it's still pretty warm in the sun, but it's getting kind of cool in the shade. But I'm opting for shade right now because I don't want to get burned too badly. So tomorrow we're moving on. It's going to be well, we want to get out of here fairly quickly tomorrow, so it's going to be a no-cook breakfast tomorrow and a hurry up and go. So I don't know how much video I'll take in the morning. I'll try to take some though, as an introduction. But considering it's our third morning here, it'll be our third morning here. It'll be kind of hard to take anything new anyway, unless of course it's foggy in the morning or something like that. Tomorrow's supposed to be mostly sunny. Highs in the middle to upper 70s though, so it could get kind of warm towards the end of the day. And we have a bunch of portages to do. Most of them short. But we start out with a 90 rodder. Not sure how far we're going tomorrow. We have some options. It's going to kind of depend on how the portages go and how the time goes, and what kind of campsites we find. It'll help determine how far we're going to make it. So I don't know if I've got anything else I'm going to say to you tonight. I got a few pictures today to share with you. So I think I'm going to say Nibby Mox out. Hope to see you on trail, watery or otherwise. Hey Sam.